Hello YouTube, Lord Zath bringing you another episode of Zath's Replay Theater. This is the replay that Pulicat mentioned in the last battle, and actually this is Salty versus Kraken, which is my clan. And so it's going to be interesting to see this battle from a different perspective, from that of the enemy. So in the last battle we kind of got a good idea of what they run, they being Salty, and why they run it. So it's going to be interesting to see how things work from this perspective, on this angle. I'm going to do the characteristic, screenshot stuff real quick here, because we already know what flags he's using. We already know why he's using this ship. And, I mean, for those of you guys who don't have a Hindenburg, it is definitely one of the, I don't want to say easier ships, but it's definitely one of the more forgiving ships to play. And in clan battles, it seemed to work out really, really well, simply because you've got the ability to, that looks kind of nice. You have the ability to do a lot of different things as necessary. So you're able to, tank damage, so to speak, as a cruiser, at least more so than you could in a Des Moines or a Moskva or a Zhao. You put out some pretty darn good damage per minute as well, DPM. So that comes in very, very handy. And you've got the torpedoes for up close and personal. You've got the hydro, which is very handy dandy too. So you get the idea, right? There's quite a bit going for it. Okay, so let's take a look at how this is going. And as always, there's some good friendly banter between our clans. So that's kind of cool to see. Couple of things to note about the lineups here. You can see both teams are very Hindenburg centric, right? Muser is in the Des Moines, so that's a difference there. We've got Spite in the Yu Yang and Team Kraken, and of course no destroyer on Salty. And we saw that they don't run a destroyer, and we kind of saw why they don't run a destroyer. And then in terms of the battleship, right, we've got the Yamato and we've got the Montana. Coco running the Yamato. One of the strengths of the ship, of course, is the ability to overmatch just about anything. It's called Lulpin for a reason. And versus the Montana, which obviously puts out more rounds in a salvo. So if you catch a ship at the right angle, you can probably do more damage. So Yamato is good against ships that are kind of, angling, and Montana obviously good at ships that are caught out by accident. Also really, really good against destroyers too. So we see that obviously we aren't listening to the communication in voice chat, but we can see what they're doing. They're setting up two Hindenburgs, right? And it looks to me like Pulicat is asking this guy here, which would be Feminist, to move down this direction after capturing B-Cap. And then, of course, this Hindenburg is catching this island. And so the reason why they're doing this is because they want to catch anybody that might come around this way. And then, of course, they want to block the flank from this spot here. So Muser is crashing into the volcano island on the other side. There's the other Hindenburg that's supporting, and you can see that this guy is kind of alone right now. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some shots coming in on him pretty soon. Yeah, that Hindenburg is spotted, so that makes sense. And you can see the bulk of the forces are slowly but surely making their way to sea. And I say slowly but surely because look at Pulicat's speed right now. The Hindenburg is not the fastest of ships. I think it's actually going to be the slowest cruiser that's available at Tier 10. but that doesn't matter as much. Now, I find it interesting that they did not station a Moskva here. We've ran into a lot of teams that like to put a Moskva here because it kind of has vision over here with its guns. Instead, both Moskvas are here. 2 Hindenburgs are working together. Montana is kind of playing safety, right? Because if you look at the Des Moines and Hindenburg over here, if they push through, the idea for these 3 ships is to punish them and punish them hard. We can see that Jack is taking a lot of damage, and unfortunately this Hindenburg simply is not in a position to do much to support them. C is being capped. They have a Yu Yang, so of course we would expect to see C being capped. We'd probably expect to see torpedoes coming soon, which is why Pulicat is using hydro. These are deep water torpedoes by the Yu Yang, so they get spotted very close to their targets, leaving very little time to react. So it's very important that you use that hydro to detect those torpedoes. Yamato coming into view now. Pulicat putting up the plane so that he can do some continuous scouting with the catapult. Again, trying to find those torpedoes, and of course, if you can find the Yu Yang, then even better, right? Now, Jack has the heat taken off of him as I can't tell who that is off at the end. Doesn't matter. But basically, as this Hindenburg goes and does his thing, taking more of the attention of Kraken. Now it's interesting, they're making a slow push into C, concerted together, and that makes it difficult for the enemy team, for Kraken, to focus on any one of their ships. You can see now some of the Hindenburgs opening up. Now, from the previous commentary, we know Pulicat said that the Moskvas are running RPF, so they are pinging the minimap and kind of stating where the enemy is. Keep in mind, they don't have a destroyer, so they need some way to detect where the torpedoes might come from. And there is the Yu Yang. Moskva got him probably at the edge of radar. Interestingly enough, Pulicat is not opening fire. He's probably not opening fire because the Yamato was last seen here, and of course, if he opens fire, he's going to get detected and shot at. And my guess is, for him, he cares much more about getting this capture point right now. That is interesting to see. Spidey getting away, almost got free there. I don't know if he took any damage or not. But you can see that Salty is going to cap C cap here. So once again, the advantage kind of swings back towards Salty, which is kind of interesting. And we'll have to see, can Kraken kind of come back from this? Spark opening up in the Moskva, that's a bit of a risk from that position, simply because he's broadside, but he's turning out now, which makes sense. Montana obviously is farther down south and disposed. There's the Yamato. And it looks like Pulicat is getting ready to... Nope, he's going to switch maybe to Rogue. almost looked like he was getting ready to open up on Coco and the Yamato there and try to do some work. B-cap is now being captured. There's no radar over there, so that's very smart on Spite and the Kraken side there. They're going into B-cap and capturing that point, while the majority of Salty is kind of stuck here. And boy, is this kind of a bad position almost for Pulicat, because as soon as he gets detected, and you know it's coming soon, yeah, there's gonna be some shots coming on him. He's already getting the AP ready. I think he's anticipating that Rogue is going to turn out as soon as he gets detected. Which is interesting. And there's the turn. Decent hit there. Montana down at B is now doing something. Oh boy, look at this Hindenburg. So look at this push that Kraken's doing. They're managing to push all 3 ships at the same time. Very well executed. This Hindenburg is dead. I mean, there's just nothing he can do about it. Des Moines is doing a nice job of staying outside of the Montana's arcs. And yeah, this guy's gone. This guy might come next, or Montana. Meanwhile, Pulicat and the other Hindenburg here, I think, are desperately trying to make some noise, get something to happen at C-cap, while the Moskvas flex back to try to kind of rescue the situation out on the flank there. And there goes the Hindenburg, but surprisingly, the Hindenburg manages to take Muse with him. That was kind of a costly push, but hey, you know, one ship trade is definitely, you know, viable here in the land battles. So, are you going for it, Pulicat? Ooh, I don't know. He's being supported by just a few other ships there. Hey, your Moskva got Pope, and that other Hindenburg is now turning away. So the flex was kind of successful, right? They managed to, you guys managed to flex back, beat back this push. Now the question, of course, is where's the Yu Yang and their torpedoes, right? But aside from the Yu Yang, this Hindenburg is kind of off on his own, so Kraken is kind of forced to go into sea here, and they're kind of surrounded on all sides. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. I think we got some action. Yu Yang spotted by the Moskva's radar, most likely. That's unfortunate because he probably has torpedoes coming out on this Montana. Final spark is a little bit broadside, but shells do not connect. Now Pulicat is detected, so he's going to have to kind of do something to react to what's going on. And he's reacting by going for it, I think. This is an interesting play. He might be trying to, I don't know, get some torp hits on the Yamato. Now, by using the torpedo indicator, he's trying to get an idea of what's going on with the Yamato in terms of speed. Is he slowing down? Is he speeding up? And because these guys are staying behind the island, this approach is completely unnoticed up until right now, when Pulicat is possibly going to penetrate the bow of the Moskva, I believe. And this is interesting too. We see BFK coming around from the other side, completely surrounding Coco here in the Yamato. Coco unable to get his turrets around in time. And we see Coco is going to take a ton of damage. Oh my. And then here comes BFK with his torpedoes. Rogue is trying to do something to help. Pulicat getting his own teammate's torpedo. That's really unfortunate for them. Those torpedoes missed. You're gonna take torps now from Rogue. The Armada goes down. You take out Rogue. Wow. This is quite the action here at sea, guys. And unfortunately, the Montana just goes down. Christopher takes out the Montana. That's kind of big. So we've got Spite is at half health. Final in the Moskva. Final. Oh man, Final is probably dead now. Look at these guys here surrounding him. Only question is what's going to happen here. It looks like Spark also beached. Oh no. Okay, so BFK is probably gonna torp him. I'm surprised he didn't already. He's probably going for the there it is. Here it comes. Did he get it off in time? No, he didn't. Wow. That's huge. That is huge. Some deep water torpedoes, not going to hit anybody, I don't think. And look at this, the enemy team, my team, I guess, I don't know. Kraken is in the lead right now, but well, now they're even on ships too. So the only problem is Final has to survive, right? Because the Hindenburg and Yu Yang are both kind of out of the picture. I mean, Yu Yang's there. Chris is opening up. Final. So it's a Moskva on Moskva battle down here south that we're spectating. And somebody has to die quickly for Kraken to lose. Otherwise, this is it. Wow. Even Pulicat's amazed. That was a pretty crazy battle there, I gotta say. Pulicat, thank you for sending that to me. It's neat to see things from the other perspective as always. And wow, what a fight at sea! I'm quite amazed, to be honest, that you guys were able to almost completely turn it around there. A couple of big things happened. You took those torps from the friendly Hindenburg and then later from the enemy Hindenburg, and I think that kind of hurt. But for the most part, I gotta say that was some good entertainment there. Very interesting watching how you pushed with your flank secure all together, and we saw Kraken do the same thing on the other flank, and both battleships were in it. Were doing work. Both battleships went down, and so it kind of just became an all-out slugfest to see who can do what. The key play there, I think, was BFK not going for torpedoes at the beginning. His torps might have been out, but I don't think he used that side against the Yamato earlier, so I would think that they would be available. So maybe had he used them earlier, that might have secured the kill and would have resulted in a very different result of the game. But regardless, Kraken played a good game. Salty played a good game, and I want to thank you for sending the replay again. YouTube, what did you guys think about this replay? What did you think about the last replay? I didn't get a chance to thank you guys for watching as always, and to comment, like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, all that good YouTube crap, and most importantly, send me replays. Ranked battles is starting up soon, so I'm looking forward to getting some replays from that and doing some commentary from that as you watch. So thanks again, everyone, and enjoy. This will most likely be the last video showcased prior to doing my giveaway drawing, which will probably be late on Sunday. So thanks again, guys. Take care. See ya.